In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are checking out a WordPress plugin called EventKoi, which, as it shows on my screen, is a modern event calendar plugin for WordPress. Before we poke around the website here a bit and look at the actual solution together, just a quick bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover products we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their website and product for the very first time. These videos are unedited, high-level introductions that are not paid for, they're not sponsored, and they contain no affiliate links. If you'd like videos like this created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free lifetime partner membership. Also want to say, just to reiterate, that these are a high-level overview of solutions. So this is not meant to be a full tutorial, official tutorials, or anything of that nature. It's just an introduction to the product. So features might be skipped, not intentionally, but they might be skipped. If it's a visual focused product like a gallery and things, anything that has kind of design and visual elements, always refer to the website of the vendor and look at their demos, look at their website, things like that that show the final product. While I will try to show that in a video at the very beginning, just please keep in mind what I show is a very high level introduction. It's not meant to be an official tutorial, and it doesn't always fully depict what beautiful things that you can build with some of these solutions. Okay. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the website here a bit. EventKoi, so that's eventkoi.com. And again, modern event calendar plugin for WordPress. We're just going to look for key elements like features, changelog, about us page, some of those things that establish customer trust. Okay. So I'm seeing some things right off the bat here that kind of look like features. What makes EventKoi great? Powerful event controls from simple one-offs to complex, reoccurring and multi-day events. Flexible event templates from default templates to complex custom views. Hook and extend anything so your events look and work the way you want. Modern and fast interface from quick edits to managing entire calendars. EventKoi's React-powered UI is fast, intuitive. It makes the whole experience feel effortless. So from the videos I've watched and the reading of the documentation and whatnot, it is built for the modern WordPress today. Okay. So that is a thing. So next up is beautiful calendar views out of the box, month and week views, embed with shortcodes, blocks, and more. We will look at that. List view, show, hide data in a calendar block. Events your way. Use shortcodes or the block bindings API to build flexible event templates that work anywhere. Also, in my very brief research, this is very developer friendly. So if you want to get into the API, dive deeper into the code, this is a plugin for that. But you don't have to. So this is going to be perfect just for beginners as well. From what I understand, we're going to look at this firsthand together. Coming in the future is integrations with Elementor, Bricks, and Beaver Builder. So those page builders. Let's rattle off this feature list. I want to make sure I get all of that covered because I'm probably going to miss something in the video. Standard events, reoccurring event instances. Change the event info of any instance. All events. Okay, you know what? Looks like I need to read all of these because there's kind of like, they kind of start the same, but it's not. I need to read the full line. Standard events, continuous, multi-day, and multi-time, all day, selected days and times. Reoccurring events, multiple reoccurring rules, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Reoccurring event instances, change the event info of any instance. All events, you can set default work days and week starts on. You can also add multiple physical or online locations. You can also easily add Google Map embeds. You can have unlimited calendars. You can add to calendar and share calendars out of the box, no additional setup required. Block editor event templates. So we're using the WordPress block editor, and there's also the block bindings API. Calendar and list blocks are available in the block editor. Lastly, as far as what's available now, adaptive time zones and time zone switching allow site visitors to change the time zone. Coming soon, calendar front-end views, events templates, page builder integrations, front-end submissions form, and tickets. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go look at the roadmap. Let's look at the Pro changelog. They do have a free version called EK Lite, so EventKoi Lite. I also want to look at the knowledge base. And I think they had an about page before, but I'm not seeing it now. So that would be my only thing I would like to see on here that I'm not seeing so far is an about page with the two team members and a little bit about the company on there. Okay, so this is somehow I got to a coming soon page. We already rattled those off. Here is the Pro changelog. This has just been newly released, so this is what I would expect in a changelog from a solution that has just been released. So a couple of updates there. I do love to see that we have dates along with the version number in the changelog, so that's awesome. And then here we have our docs. Let's go into the quick start guide. So we have some screenshots with annotations, really beautiful documentation. Let's do a search just to see if that works. I'm going to do a search for license key. Okay, there we go. Yep, we were in this quick starting guide and that had that license key text in there, so we are good. All right, I'm going to move the docs over to my other screen in case we need it. Yeah, let's get going. I have a test site here. The only thing I have activated as far as plugins is EventKoi, and I am using the free Ollie block theme. All right, let's check out EventKoi. Let's go to the events menu item on the left sidebar there. And they include links, quick start links for the quick start guide and read documentation, request support. That's nice. We can right off the bat add a new event, view all events, and view default calendar. So let's go first to the settings. We'll leave the dashboard. We'll go to the settings tab. All right, default settings. What day does our week start on? We will leave the default. Select working days. Yep, we'll leave those. API and integrations. So if you have a developer API key, you can generate that here. If you want to, you can regenerate that key here. Trying to think if there's anything. I'm not a developer, so I'm not really sure what all that is going to allow you to do as far as an API. I mean, I know what an API is, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's check this out. Let's go to the documentation. Let's do API. Nothing is in there. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what that's going to allow us to do, but maybe if the developer chimes in, happens to watch this video and chimes in, I'll add it to the description of the video. Google Maps. So this is an events plugin. It's going to deal with locations, a lot of times physical locations. So you can put in your Google API key here and connect to Google Maps that way. And they provide you a nice document here for how to set that up. Okay, let's go down here to, we'll skip license and update because I've got my license key in there. Actually, let me pull that to my other screen. I just want to make sure there's nothing in there I want to show you. I don't actually have my license key in there. So in there, once you get your key in there and activate it, you do get the option to automatically enable plugin updates. As somebody that provides website care services, I typically frown upon plugin updates, but that's not across the board. I think a plugin like this, especially when you know you can trust the developers, but even then things can go wrong. But I would say by and large, this is a solution that you could probably confidently auto update. But again, if you are someone that, like you're a consumer and you have someone else doing your website maintenance and care, they may frown upon that and not really want that to be in there. So that is that. Let me, yeah, we'll go ahead and continue. I think I can show you. Actually, hold on. Let me get I didn't realize my key wasn't in there. Let me grab my key real quick and just take a second. The team over at EventKoi was nice enough to give me a key to be able to show off their stuff. So let's put that in here. There might be an update that I need to roll out. So that's one of the reasons I want to do this. Okay, license is in there and activated. Let's go back to the plugins. We are at 090, and I think I saw, let's go back over to events and settings. that we are at a different version. Oh, I saw that on their website. Let's go back over here. Let's go into the footer. I think is where I saw the change log. Let's go here. Yeah, EK Pro change log. Yeah, 091 admin and calendar fixes. Okay, cool. All right, so we do have something I would like to get those updates in there just in case. We will hopefully get that update in there soon. Okay, so let's go over to calendars. We can set up our default calendar here. And then once you do that, they're going to give you a short code where you can put that on a page. I'm going to copy that. Let's go add a page. Let's call this calendar. So with the block editor, you can either do a slash that leans to the right as they show you here, or you can click on this plus icon in the top left. I'm going to do the slash that leans to the right and just drop in this short code. I'm going to paste in that default calendar view short code and publish. And let's view this page on the front end. There we go. So here's our calendar. Naturally, it's blank because we haven't created anything yet. We've got that in there. Let's close that down. Actually, you know what? Let's reopen that. Is there anything special we can do once we have that? I think that's just, yeah. Okay. That is what that is. So let's go back over to our default calendar and just see what else we can do. If you have multiple calendars, you can search for them. Up here, we've got a bulk actions, duplicate or delete, that sort of thing. Here, they give you a direct link to the calendar, slug, all that good stuff. Events count, so how many events are part of that particular calendar. Let's click on this link and see what this gives us. Okay, so in here, we have more stuff. We can change the name of it, the slug, we can change the color. We will put this as close to InfluenceWP blue as we can just for fun. Okay, we'll roll with that. Default display type, calendar or list. So we saw the calendar view. Let's drop over to list and save. Oh, they even have a preview. That's nice. Let's try that out. Preview. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go back over here, refresh. So I changed that to list view. Let's see here. To determine the, okay, let's just drop in this straight URL. Not quite sure what that is. Maybe that update that they released fixed that issue. Let's try it. Let's save that back to calendar and then try the link. Nope. I don't know what's going on there. Interesting. Okay. We can go ahead and move on. Default time frame to display, you can do month or week. Week starts on. And then if you want to edit global settings. So this is like unique to the calendar, this particular calendar. But back in our global settings, we can override, globally what we want. But I'm not sure why we can't get this to display there. It could be a permalinks issue. So let's go into our tools, settings, permalinks. Let's flush the permalinks. So typically if you go into this permalinks area in WordPress and you click save changes, it flushes those permalinks. Let's see if that fixed it. There we go. So that was the issue. So now if I was to go in here, change this to list view, save, refresh. Well, still didn't give us our list view. Okay, not a huge deal. If we go to global settings, let's try that. Let's go into our global settings for all of our calendars. Okay, here you can just do the week starts on and working days, but you can't set the view. Okay, so I'm back into this calendar. Let's change it to list view. Okay, so we're in list view. Let's save it. Let's preview it. No events found. Okay, so let's go do an event then. So I'm now in the events tab. Let's create a new event. Call it IWP anniversary because we just had our 1 year anniversary. Call it 1 year anniversary party. Okay, over here we can say show block attributes and shortcodes. Toggle that on. So then that unlocks this information right here. You can just grab that shortcode right there. Okay, so we have standard. So in a standard event, and then if the event is happening on multiple dates, times, that sort of thing, we can set it to reoccurring. We'll just focus on standard for the purposes of this video. Event type is consecutive days. You can do selected days. We'll just go with the default consecutive days. Date and time not confirmed. Remove date and time. Show to be confirmed notification instead. So you can toggle that on. Display time zone on event page. Let's say you're running events that are always going to take place in a particular time zone. You could come over here, toggle that on. Right here, we're showing UTC plus 0. But if we save this, save a draft. If we go back over to our calendar here, actually not that, let's go calendar. There we go. Go into our calendar. Let's change that. Where was that at? You know what? Maybe that was in calendar. Sorry, I'm bouncing around a little bit here. Let's go. Sorry, event. Let's go into the event. Display time zone and event page. That's a issue. My fault there, not EventKoi. So in settings, general. Like I said, if we're always running the same events in the same time zone, you could come in here and put this on New York, for example, for the East Coast. Sorry, my recorder is in the way here. There we go. Okay, so now if we go, just waiting on those changes to save. Sorry, it's taking a little bit to save those changes. While we're waiting on that, let's go over to the plugin and make sure we've got the latest update in there. Okay, it's still not showing yet. Okay, our time zone saved. Now when we refresh the settings of our event, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So now we've got that time zone in there, America and New York, if that's something you want to display. Okay, so we're going to do standard, consecutive days, display time zone on the event page, location details. Where does this event happen? Is it physical or online? Let's go physical, just because that's a little more involved and we can see how that works. So physical location, add location. Let's just do Charlotte Convention Center. And the address we will put so it doesn't do autocomplete. All right, let me see if I can find, let's go to Google Maps, do Charlotte Football Stadium. I'm just picking random stuff here. Charlotte Football Stadium. Okay, so here is our address. I'm going to copy that. Let's paste that in. So an auto, that's the API. That's my fault. If we had the API in there, that I'm guessing that would do the autocomplete. Okay, let's do this. Charlotte, what was the zip code? 28223. 28223. You would need to put country in this case. Again, we're kind of like thinking the hypothetical situation is we're working from all of our events are from the same time zone. So we wouldn't need to put that in there. You may not even need to put city, I think is good, but you may not even need to do the state, for example. All right, let's go embed Google Map on page. So we go there. After watching the video, and they do give you instructions here, you can come over to Google Maps, share, and I think you go to embed and copy the HTML. So switch over from the send a link tab to the embed a map tab. Click the copy HTML button. Go back into your event and just drop that right here into the Google Maps embed link. And let's see here. Let's try that out. Let's see if that works. So here we go. So we are in there. That is looking good. We have no event details. Let's come back over into here. Event details. So we can add a banner for our event. Let's just go with this InfluenceWP banner. There we go. Event description. This is going to be the best party ever. Okay, then you come down here and you have the option to choose an event template. We've got the default template selected. I'm going to right click on the view edit template, just see what that gives us. Okay, so this, again, this is built for the modern WordPress. So we're talking about block editor here, and we've got that default template on the roadmap as more templates. And then you can, of course, add your own, build your own template. Okay, we will roll with the default option there. And event calendar, select which calendars, so you can do multiple calendars, your event will show up in. We're going to go default calendar. Let's save. Let's go back over to our event. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go to let's refresh our calendar. And when did I say that event was? Let's do selected days. Let's do September 1 today. We will do 4 o'clock to we'll say 4 to 6 p.m. and save. Let's go back to our event and just see how that changed the look. Okay, so that changed there. That's good. Update our calendar. There we go. Here's our event. Well, that's cool. So you can click on that and it kind of gives you a preview. From there, you can share on WhatsApp, Instagram, email, Facebook, X, Twitter. Whoops, sorry about that. LinkedIn, and you can also get an event link that you can copy to your clipboard. Super cool. And then you get a nice quick link here to add to your whatever your calendar of choice is. You can also click this icon right here to blow this up and expand it. Let's change this calendar. Now that we have an event, let's change this calendar over to list view. We're going back into our calendar, our default calendar. We're going to change it. Oh, it is list view. Just default display type is list. Okay, so that should do it. Let's preview it. There we go. So here's list view. We've got our banner on the left. That's nice. Our dates on the right. All event times shown in our time zone. That's awesome. Okay, let's close all this down. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I might have that. I think that, let's look at that changelog one more time. I'm going to make sure I'm representing this correctly. We have admin and calendar fixes. So CSS, I'm fine with. That's just a little design issues. Fixed add to calendar feature to ensure proper functionality. So hopefully that's not something I wasn't able to show off because of the update. But I think we're good. I think we've shown what we need to show. Let's go back into, let's just run through all of these again. There's our events. You can view all events. We have nice filters here. Status, calendar, date ranges, search. All this good stuff. Nice status. All right. Let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, we were there. Here's our events. Calendars. Yep, I think we're good. Settings we went over. Let's try this. Let's flip this on. Check for updates, just for fun. New version available. That's cool. And then obviously we've got that update there. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super impressed with EventKoi. It's modern. I mean, we just proved it. Super, super simple to use. Does what it says on the tin. Very excited to use it. If you are too, go over to influencewp.com/deals. Do a search for EventKoi and grab that exclusive deal. And I will catch you all in the next video.